Namaste. This is Bhimrao. Today I want to tell the stability of the structure is values per you or not. Whether the valuer is responsible for the valuation which is doing for the building stability point of view is responsible or not. Because nowadays some of the buildings after completion of the building, after constructing the building in all respects of the 3 floors or 4 floors or 5 floors or 2 floors 3 floors or apartments, after that the builders is approaching to the municipalities and getting the additional floors. So the municipalities also they looking into the matter, or other way is TDS, transfer of the rights of the which is the what do you say, which is some lands, some properties in the roads widening, their municipalities are taking. For that they are TDR, they are transferring this transfer of registration documents dates. So in this, what happening? So when TDR they are purchasing, already executed the building, completed building, they are considering another floor. When after completion, after occupation, after selling the total properties, these builders are approaching to the municipalities and getting and purchasing the TDRs and constructing another floor over the already constructed building. Here the building, the major problem is the existing building capable to take another 4 loads or not. So we valuers thinking that the municipal has been given the permission and legal is okay, and the builder constructed another floor and legal is okay, municipal permission is given, legal is okay, and everything is fine, and we checked the slabs and roofs and columns and inside the finishings and the specification, everything is fine. It's a new one. Is there any implication is there? Is there any validity is there? Why you are talking about the validity and stability of the structure? Because if the building has been designed for the 2 floors or 3 floors, after completion of the building, if we want to consider another floor, how the loads which are for extra floors loads, whether these existing the footings will take the loads or not? Can the building can sustain for such loads which are coming extra, which is not included in the design? First, because the loads will come, generally the design will come top to bottom. Construction starts from bottom to top. First we will put the footings, next columns, then beams and slabs, and brickwork, plastering, and other finishing items. These all things comes one by one. But the footing, whatever the footing we are laying, is first we lay the footing only. So before laying the footing, we will design the footing. When footing will come, first we will design the slabs. The slabs will transfer the loads to the beams. We will design the beams, and also the beams will transfer the loads to the columns. We will design the columns, and the columns will transfer to the total loads to the soil through footing. Then footing design will be completed. Once the footing completed, for the designed loads, dead loads and live loads and extra loads, whatever the snow loads, seismic loads, wind loads, what it may be. Once it is completed, then how you will add Okay, it also having one technology. We can increase the footing, we can increase the columns. Please measure these two things only important for the if you want to increase the another floors, we can do the structural restructuring and uh, retrofitting. The method of retrofitting, we can increase the footing size, whichever the loads are coming, what extra loads which is coming for that loads, we have to increase the column sizes to sustain for the such loads and also the footing. But here, without doing this type of the analysis, directly value is going to site and taking the photographs and taking the measurements and just calculating the plinth area into the saleable rate and writing the giving the valuation. But who has to look after this stability? One should know now. Without knowing this, if the value will given, if neither today nor tomorrow in long run, maybe suddenly or maybe long run, it may affect. Such period, what happened? The total billing will be collapsed. So the major important point in this, the beautiful point in this, generally the footings will be designed for the actual loads, actual axial loads. No factor of safety will be there. So no extra factor loads will be taken into consideration. That's called the PU. So same thing will design for the exactly actual loads. So how the loads will be calculated? How the loads will come? So let us take one example. This is one. Let us one six nine columns building. Let us say it may be ground place 3 floors. Total 4 floors. Okay. 9 columns will be there, and the staircase is there. This overhanging slab will be there. This is the elevation. This is 1.5. Let us think is a 1.5. We are considering the 1.5 below ground level. The footing. This is a footing. This is footing. General footing will be like this. Isolated footing. This is the plan. So this is the plan. The elevation you will see like this. This will be PCC, RCC, some depth, effective depth. Next, this will be there. Now this is car. This will be NGL. So this is this footing. So this is the depth will be there. Again, this depth will be there. So how the calculation will be taken part? Now this is a beam. This is a slab. This is column. This is footing. This is footing. This is slab. This is it. And next a brick wall will be there in this. Brick walls will be, maybe it is 9-inch walls will be there and 4.5-inch walls will be there with the plastering. So generally how we calculate? For suppose for the ground plus 3 floors building, this is the plan, this is elevation, this is the ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, terrace. Now what we will do? So the loading will come top to bottom. Let us take one column. That is A. This a grid will be there. This is a grid. You see, you can see here grid A grid, B grid, C grid. This is A grid, A1 column, A2 column, A3 column, B1 column, B2 column, B3 column, C1 column, C2 column, and C3 column or footing. So let us, we will give so many ways we can give the name. F1, C1 depends upon the loadings. The column sections also changes, and the footing depends upon the loadings. The footing size also changes. How will calculate? We'll calculate in this way. X direction, Y direction, constant, and the load in kilonewtons. Load in kilonewtons, which is load in kilonewtons? Dead loads will be there, live loads will be there, snow loads will be there, seismic loads will be there. If any other loads depends upon the type of the building also, it's considered depends on the type of the usage. The live loads also changes. Dead load will not change. Dead load changes according to the sections. What is dead load of the RCC? Steel and concrete. Steel and concrete. Maybe depends upon the grade, M20, M30, M40, M50, the grade. But what it may be, the RCC will be per cubic meter, 25 kilonewtons per meter square. The load will come. Okay. So, how you will calculate? First we will calculate the floor slab load. In X directions, on X direction, next Y direction. So, only 50% of the load will come here, this column. Suppose we are taking to the A1. This is A1. A1 we are taking. Okay. Suppose A1 means in X directions. This is X directions. How X direction, from where it's working? From here to here only. This is to here. Because there is no extension here. Suppose if there would have an extension, you would have taken that load also. From here and now we are considering X direction, this only. X direction slab means from here, here and here, like this. So this is Y direction, this is X direction. So X direction and Y direction constant 6.2 by its total is coming 40.66 kilonewtons. Next, wall load. Where the wall load will come? Wall load will come from up to this place and from here to here, this place. Because we are calculating this A1 column. So 6.3 wall load. Beam load. So next is from here to here beam, total beam, the total is 4.98 meters into constant 2.39, that is coming 6.40. Total load is coming 90.34 kilonewtons. It's okay up to this. So one floor load is coming this. So we have how many floors? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 slabs. The total loads that will come. So now we have ground plus 3 floors, G plus 90. 90 has come for the one floor into 3 floors. Total 4 floors. The total load is coming 271 kilonewtons. Next, the foundations. What are the column? Above the, now we are taking into the consideration of the column above the floor, but below floor will be there. It will go into the earth. 1.5 meters or 2 meters, 3 meters according to the bearing capacity of the soil. The soil mechanics professors, they will give the SBC, and they also mention the depth what the SBC will give. So for the difference, the column will be there. That is the column in foundation. So it is 1 meter. It's coming 6.9 kilonewtons. Okay. 6.9 kilonewtons. Next, the terrace floor will be there. Whatever the loads are coming in, wherever the persons are living, the loads will be different. And top, there won't be, total top will not be have the wall loads. only parapet wall will be there, 9-inch wall will not be there, over that slab will not be there, and live loads will not be there. Of course, you will take the live loads, finishing loads, but it will be 2/3 of the floor load, that much will come. Suppose even you will calculate also. So 2/3 of the value of the floor load 0.67 into 90, because 90.34 floor load has come. So total it is coming 338.43 kilonewtons on one column, because of the length. It is in x direction 2.24 meters from here to here to here. This is 2.24 meters. From here to here it is 2.74 meters. But here in this column you will get only 50%. But here in this column, suppose the middle class column if you are taking, so it will come like this. But because of this is the overhanging, the total load will come, total length will come. This will be 2 meters. You have to calculate the 2 meters, total 2 meters load will come in this column, and from this it is half will come to 2.24 by 2. Suppose if from here to here, suppose this is 4 meters, so only 2 meters will shared by this, 2 meters shared by this. Okay, so this much of total load. So half of this load, half of the beam load, this load, half of this load, half of full load of this, because it is cantilever. Like that we are calculating. So the total load of the one column has come. How much? 338.43 kilonewtons. In this, now the total weight is total load 338.43 kilonewtons. Next, we have to consider 10% of the footing weight, the concrete footing weight is to be calculated, added to the total axle loads. So how much is coming? 10%, 372.27 kilonewtons. Now we have to design, we have to find out the area of the footing. Area of footing we have to assume the SBC, or we have to consult with the geophysics engineers, soil mechanics engineers, soil mechanics consultants to know the bearing capacity of the soil. If you know the bearing capacity of the soil, for the depth they will give, for the 3 meter depth 30 tons or 25 tons or 50 tons, whatever may be, according to the depth they will give the results and the parameters and how to do, how the foundation, open foundations or raft foundations or whatever the foundation may be. Whatever may be, load by area, load, which is the total load which is coming on this column. The load, whatever is coming on this column, load by area. Load by SBC is equal to area of footing. Load, what is total load? Total load is 372.27 kilonewtons. So SBC, assumed SBC is 30 tons. So now the footing area 372.27 divided by 300 kilonewtons. 30 tons is equal to 300 kilonewtons, is equal to 1.2 meters square, the footing size. So the 1.24 square meters means how much it will come? It will come, we have to root it on the one side, two sides. 1.24 root 1.1 meter. So the footing will be the footing size will be 1.11 meters by 1.11 meter. So this is now we got the footing. Once the footing has come and we laid the footing, no further load will be taken. Now you all people tell whether the civil engineer has to look after this or not. Apartments means somebody will design. It's not nothing wrong in that. Directly permission has been granted and design has been given by valuer some engineer, and they design, the building has been constructed. Of course, 99% without any such these only independent houses are one plus one floors, two floors, or one plus these floors. Maybe that will be, it will take the care. I will tell you later how, without knowing 5 feet by 5 feet footing sizes given on ground plus 2 floors of 9 inch 9 by 12 columns, 9 given, and they constructed 1 plus 2 floors. How it is it's standing, I will let you know. I will tell you later. But here, when the point comes with the apartments, generally 99% of the structural designers, what they will do, they will adhere to they will write also in their structural design, while giving the drawings for the footing drawings, they will mention in that, like that, the building has been designed for the ground plus 3 floors, ground plus 4 floors, or ground plus 5 floors, with the bearing capacity of the soil will be this much. And also what mix we are accepting, M20, M30, M40, and steel also we will mention in the drawings. Suppose without all this knowledge, a 100% uneducated like a builders, without these things, so we got the TDR and we purchased the TDR and we can construct another floor and we will do the another floor on the 5th floor or 6th floor. Naturally, what happen? There may be chance of the collapse. Why? Because they designed for the 5 floors only. At the time of the construction, there may be quality problem will be there. But whereas the columns is taking to 1.5 factor of safety. So that only it's giving what are the mistakes, problems, inequality, blah blah blah, anything that it is sustaining. Over that, which is able to take the 100 kg, you want to put the 200 kgs or 150 kg, how it will sustain? It is not the valuer's responsibility. It's the valuer's responsibility to know about the stability of the buildings. One should know this. At least minimum. One has to read the drawings. It has given 5 floors or 4 floors or 3 floors. Multi-story buildings generally it happens problem, not independent houses. Of course, 1 2 maybe by bad luck somewhere else. So my dear values, keep in your mind, read properly all papers, especially multi-story buildings. How many floors is given, how many floors he constructed. Because this technical data nobody will tell, and moreover banks cannot understand this. Even they should not tell, even civil engineers also will not have this knowledge. Only some people, not 100, not all. They will execute these jobs, but in-depth study of the structural details is not possible. Not is not possible like that, but one should know, but they don't. They don't know. Because he has to read all technical data and keep in mind and go for the codes or something else. At least this is to minimum, the minimum knowledge of the structural detailing, structural design, stability, how the stability will come. If knows, it's well and good. So practice it. Like this is all things are Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavata, this Bhagavad Gita, which is told by gurus. Only guru can tell this. So for your good purpose and for the best of practice, to do best practices, for that I am today written and just I am explained here. Follow this. If any such type of questions or something else, also you ask anybody who knows about the structural stability point of view. But blindly don't give the valuation. Another thing is that don't think that the stability is not valid per you. It's valid per you because it's technical. We are the technical engineers. We studied civil engineering for 4 years. These all things will come in the civil engineer from first year onwards. Or you studied RCC also you studied. Materials you studied. Steel also you studied. Soil mechanics you studied. Strength of materials you studied. Everything we studied. So don't think that it is not our purview. It is like you see, I cannot say it is innocent. No, once a person engineer pass, he cannot be treated as an innocent in the subject. So practice it and study more books on this. And at the time of the execution of the evaluation reports, preparing at the time of preparing the evaluation reports and at the time of the inspections, just have this idea. And if you got any doubt, you ask your seniors and who having the knowledge, just go through this. Even if it is unable to understand, or moreover it's more complicated, you need to inform to the bank officer. We have to take the a structural stability certificate from the structural engineers who is competent to give the certificates. All the best. I hope the best. I think you understood the concept in little. What I know I said. Thank you very much. Namaskar.